Okay. Hello, my name is. Maybe it's best I just call Ash. Ash. Okay. Sorry, nervous. First time doing this. I am entering a medium that's not that respected because there are, some people that will just use this instead of trying to either spread a message or just have the history of stuff like this known. Make a quick book. I mean, there was like an entire show that was known for like covering a case and like they were super detailed, but it like got to the point that like the show was sued. That's that's not what I'm talking about here. This is my true crime podcast. And sorry, I'm not mess up, so I have an unprofessional recording system right here. I am here to talk about the case of the mysterious boy found in Egypt. Now, we know this case because we know the culprit, but we don't know who the culprit is or what happened to. Like, we know kind of what happened to him, but, like, his name is practically unknown. But to put it simply, in Egypt, a boy was sent flying into a water tower. This kid, to this day, is still unidentified. And we believe that the blonde-haired man who was reported fighting, he was like recorded and shown fighting, like people, to put it simply, saw a fight in the streets between this man and one Jotaro Kujo, who, well, is a famous oceanographer. And to put it simply, the body was found by the police unidentified before, like, the Speedrun Foundation could get it to one way to get access to the body, but we're not sure to state what happened to it. Same happened with the blonde guy. Though, this is as I was, like, making this, I run into a man who claimed to be a source, and he was nervous, and he asked not to be named nor described. He did tell me his name. I do not believe for a second that was his name. But anyway, now, as we know, the culprit of this case, well, to put it simply, people have actually looked at his face and said he looks a lot like one Dio Lando from 100 years ago. And to be fair, we have like recorded cases of people who maybe it was relatives due to similar looks. Like there was this gang member who went, like, to put it simply, his face is not being seen all that often, but he was this kid named Jono, and like I said, don't know much about him to this day, but same with, the culprit or what even happened in Egypt that day. And my source claimed that the man who killed the mysterious boy in Egypt's name was Dio. Now, yes, he was claiming that this was the same guy, which you're thinking that's hard to believe. Yes, it is. And he also claims, and you are going to get a kick out of this one, that he was a 100-year-old vampire with the ability to teleport. Let that sink in. Not the most believable case I have heard. I feel a bit like I am stepping on some kids with a kid with hopes, dreams, passions, and probably a family's grave trying to entertain this. But quite literally, we don't have anything on this, so even if this isn't like, ooh, a piece of history, see this as like a conspiracy theory to do. That's what I thought, that's what I think. Well, to be fair, this guy tried to prove that he was bullshitting me, and I think it was the wind, when he would put a can on the table, he would do a motion like he was shooting a gun, and it would fall down. Like, add a Bordeaux in it? And I can't explain how it happened, but there's probably a logical thing about it. But there's got to be a reason. It can't be that. It can't be powers. Anyway. So, we also know that the blonde guy, who I will be calling Dio for the ease of sake of, I'm not just going to call him the Kylo Night Stalker or whatever he was called. Was it even in Kylo? But what's notable is, what is notable about this case is the man also killed one Senator Phillips. Now, that's not the, to put it, he would like intimidate and make drive through a bunch of people, which is messed up. This guy's evil. Like, I'm willing to bet he was not the nicest. I remember hearing like in one and Trigger One Dead Animals that he just there was a minced cat that may have been him, which feels just unnecessary. But my source gave me a list. First, he gave a possible name to the person that did this, and says that even his sister may know what happened. And his name was Norwaki Kokyoin. And I think I have actually looked through where these people went after being on that almost doomed flight. And yeah, a guy with his description did seem to, like, okay, a guy in a green Japanese school uniform was reported to be with them. Like, notably, Singapore was where I found the most, like, images of this guy's existence. Though they were super grainy. Keep in mind, we're talking about a case back in the 80s. But it would give me the list of everyone there, and I'm going to read it out for you right now. Hope to God you like quicking. So some of these we already know, of course, like the fact that Joseph Joestar and Johto Kujo were there is publicized because those two are linked to Speedrunning Foundation. Like, Joseph Joestar is a famous man. He also claimed a man named Muhammad Abdul was there, who I could find records of being born and doing some fortune telling, but I could not find records of past, like, the 80s. He's, like, dropped off the face of the fucking earth. Now, he also claimed that one John Pierre Polnareff was there, and that name's odd. It's familiar, but I can't tell. And he claimed that the last one was a dog named Iggy. Yes, a dog. Now, keep in mind, what he claimed they were here for is to kill Dio, which I am using air quotes for the name. And honestly, I feel like if I had to kill a vampire, I wouldn't bring a dog. I don't want to get harmed. Anyway, but he also gave me a list of other people who were simply there to kill them, including Greyfly, who, to be fair, was on the initial. We could find like a plane. I could find examples of him getting a plane ticket on the same plane they used, and what Greyfly is its only its own case of just this guy who would go on a lot of flights and just transport in general and be the only survivor. It was like a weird case of that was just, and that was like the first one that actually killed him. Usually people wouldn't notice him, but we did find like a lot of tickets from this guy. He also now to curve the tragedy of all those plane crashes, all those train crashes. He also claimed there was an orangutan named Forever. I guess using animals is probably not the worst thing this guy's done. I guess if you had to get an animal to kill someone, an orangutan is probably better than others. But, okay, this is a name I could clarify existed, but I could not find much. But he claimed there was a guy called Devo the Cursed, who I could find examples of existing. Because, well, first, he has been linked to a lot of conspiracies of possible assassinations, albeit they were never linked to them. He was just in the general area. He seems to have been attacked by the person assassinated. But to put it simply, we couldn't find examples of him touching the room or him actually having fingerprints on the bodies or any of the murder weapons. Usually they were found with a shit ton of murder weapons inside them, or dying by some freak accident with only a doll near them. And it said this guy was an assassin, but I could not find him actually being an assassin. But simply, he was found in Singapore. To put it simply, as it was described, it was a minced body where everything but the crotch area was cut up. Which is a weird one. And now this name struck me, Jay Guile. Jay Guile, who, to put it simply, who he claimed to be one of the people he worked with. Guile was an assassin, was not an assassin, I don't know what he was, but, he was a bad person who he claims to be winked. Oh, no, not winged. The literal killer of one Shelly Polnareff. And while we couldn't get a matching description, it is said that his looks deteriorated over the years and Polnareff. Wait. Polnareff. Jean-Pierre Polnareff. Jean-Pierre Polnareff was literally on some of those flights. Was he there to kill Jay Guile, another name I can't take seriously because, well, my blood runs cold. My memories has just been solved. It is the centerfold. Yeah, the fact I associate with the song about nudie mags is not a good look. Now, I will not say my source's name or describe what he looked like out of respect. He was actually very nice despite his paranoia. Now, we also claim there was one mannish boy who I also think is bullshit because I looked up this guy and the only person I could find named Mannish Boy is a notable mattress salesman who was a literal infant at the time. He was a baby And I don't think Tommy Pickles can kill someone. I mean, it's probably a creepypasta about that. Or last episode, Ted's good suicide to the podcast list. He also claimed to have worked with a kid named Boingo, whose name was Oingo, and I wonder if he was looking at my playlist before actually saying these names, because, their names just say Oingo Boingo. I could not find examples on much about them. He claimed he was a nervous kid. Now, a lot of them are alive, and to put simply, my plan is to try and interview them to see if they can corroborate the stories. One that popped up to me was Mariah, who I could not find, but I could also hear existed. She's a well-known figure in... To put it simply, she seems to be well-known enough, but she is just a normal person within her life. Though, if I can find any of these people he's talking about, that would be nice for me. And he also claims that one Daniel J. Darby and... Motherfucker, what's even this guy's name? Your brother has like a normal human name. Is that Talons? What the fuck is this dude's name? What the fuck is his name? Actually, sorry, this is just getting to me. I should have wanted to pronounce this fucker's name. Twins? He has a brother, Daniel J. Darby, a notable gambler who, as to put simply, won many gambles in his life. He's like well known for it. He got famous because of it too. To put simply, was just once put in shock to the point that he couldn't play again. For at least for a few years. I'm not sure what actually happened to him. It was, to put it simply, said to be one of his henchmen. Also, there are some weird ass names here, like Steely Dan. I mean, he even gave me a picture. He looks like a dildo, which, fun fact, the band Steely Dan is named after an electric strap, is named after a strap-on from a book. Yay. Arabia Fats Cameo. They named their kid Cameo. This guy was... Okay, so I think I've had enough laughing at the names, talking about the things. I think it's time I talk about simply all the info I have. According to this guy, the mysterious kid found in Egypt is one Norwalkie Cockyoin, a teenager who went with a group of people to kill a vampire with the powers to teleport, fighting a bunch of people. This vampire was part of the Joestar family, one Dio Brando, who, I may as well say, every record says he died in a fire after the death of his adoptive father. So I still don't believe he was a vampire. After, Dio, and then after that, he would then proceed to fight one famous oceanographer, Jotaro Kujo, and explode. The body of Norwalkie Cockyoin was simply probably gathered later, but we're not sure what happened. I could not find a death record of Norwalkie Cockyoin, so I guess either he didn't want his family to know, or he just didn't have a family that cared enough. Maybe I should, bring this case to their attention to see if they will recognize it. I don't know. This could be a case, but probably not. I think I just projected an insane ramblings of a madman. But that's what I have, and I hope to help the investigation. But if not, sorry for wasting your time. But I hope you like this series. I will do more because, this is a easier thing to record for me, so it's like a good ramble piece. Honestly, I'll say it right now. I suggest you have a video in the background. Have this in the background as you play a video. Well, if you like this, hit the like and subscribe button. And well, I have many topics I can probably cover for the next episode. One of them I'm still trying to figure out what even happened. See you, love ya. Have a nice day. Don't get murdered.